What up? What up, my people? What's going on? What's going on? It's MCZX here. It's another episode. It's episode 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you so many times. It's episode 10 of the WWE Roundup. I'm MCZX with the curly hair, and today we're going over everything in WWE. But first, this being the 10th episode, we have to talk about something we discussed in the last episode. You want to know what that is? Tye Dillinger's best match. So what is the Perfect 10's best match? Well, I talked about it with my brother Shino and a couple of my other wrestling friends, and we've all come to the agreement that his best match to date is his match at TakeOver with Bobby Roode. That opener. That is Tye Dillinger's best match. Period. I'm sure he can put on more stellar matches if he's given the opportunity to, but if he's not going to be given it, hey, he's got one under his belt in WWE World, and that's that match with Bobby Roode. I miss that version of Bobby Roode so much. But anyway, let's get to the show. Let's talk about what happened on Raw. So, quite frank, Roman Reigns is still temporarily suspended. So he showed up in the crowd, and he didn't have his gloves on and everything, because his gloves makes him so powerful. If you don't have his gloves, he's not Roman Reigns. So Roman comes out there. It's like he's not leaving until Brock comes here. The U.S. Marshals, also one of those U.S. Marshals was Ricky Starks of Extra Talented. R.I.P. to Extra Talented, losing the belts to the Dirty Devils at Wrestle Circus yesterday. That hurt. Anywho, Roman gets handcuffed by the U.S. Marshals this way instead of like he's whipping. He gets handcuffed like this instead of behind his back, like a talented, experienced U.S. Marshal would do, because you never handcuff someone forwards because they can still use their hands and hit you with handcuffs and use their elbows instead of them being tied behind their back. So they tie him forward and they handcuff him for trespassing. It looks like he's being escorted out, but of course, Roman being Roman, he assaults the U.S. Marshals. I mean, they're not really U.S. Marshals, but if this was a real thing, and those were real U.S. Marshals, think about it, he'd be in so much trouble. Anyway, Brock comes down and he beats the crap out of Roman. That's really it. He just beats the shit out of Roman, and that's the next thing. I didn't see Alexa's promo, but allegedly it was about fat shaming Nia, and she's gonna end Asuka's streak. Not Astra's. Who's Astra's? Asuka's streak. Have Asuka versus Bliss. You know who wins. You know who wins. This is not even a thing to discuss, because Asuka's not losing anytime soon. Asuka wins via count out by Bliss. To protect Bliss, of course. Nia runs out after Bliss and almost catches Bliss, but, Bliss gets away thanks to Mickey, and Nia still chases her anyway. Strowman has to find a tag team partner according to Kurt Angle. Strowman doesn't need a tag team partner. He says he can win those belts alone. The bar comes out, and Cesaro says they do everything together, train together, eat together, sleep together. Everyone laughs. It's like, no. And Sheamus like, they mean hotel board, and you're perverts, you're perverts. I don't know. That is a terrible Sheamus impersonation. And then Strowman challenged him to a match. One of the members of the bar, Cesaro, obviously, because Sheamus has a spinal injury, and I don't know how long Sheamus can go still. But he's proven he's capable. Strowman wins. At this point of the show, I left, and the rest of the notes were taken by Broham. They had an impromptu match with Revival and Titus Worldwide. It was filler. Revival won. Bayley, I returned. Bayley and Sasha have a promo. Bayley wants to know why Sasha found it so easy to knock her down in the Elimination Chamber. Why was she so evil? How could you do this to me? I'm your best friend. Why would you do that to your best friend, And Bayley is cutting a decent promo. And of course, when Bayley is finally getting to do something good, what happens? Bayley gets interrupted by Absolution, and we have a match. So tempers are flaring between the two. It was a decent match. It kind of ended on a miscommunication. Let's see. Yeah. So Bayley tags herself in. She hits a backslide on Sonya Deville. It has Sonya beat 1, 2, 3. But the ref is looking at Sasha stomping a mud hole in the Mandy Rose. And it's like, what the hell are you doing, ref? Ref, someone's getting pinned in the ring. Why are you looking at someone getting stomped? Anyway, this leads to, you know, Bayley going to Sasha Banks like, dude, what the hell are you doing? It's like, I'm trying to win. And I believe Sonya pushes Bayley into Sasha Banks. They both fall down. And this leads to another absolution when nothing else happens afterwards. So, if you were expecting a belly to belly or a bank statement on either one of the women, you're not having it. Taker and Cena is going to happen tonight, accordingly to Raw, because Raw likes to promote things that aren't there. They said if you have the app, they said The Undertaker will appear on Raw tonight. I'm like, all right, sure. So we're going to find out Undertaker's answer. Cena wants to know how Dallas feels about it, and of course Dallas is like, Undertaker! He don't show up, he gonna beat your ass, man. I can't wait for it, man. Like that's Dallas. And Cena says Taker's answer is silence. And that's the biggest mistake Taker has made. Not to give an answer is disrespectful to the fans and to Cena too. Pause, my boy. Pause, my boy. Anyway, we want Taker chant start, and Cena makes it clear, if you're retired, say so, and if you're not, say yes. That's fair. That's a really fair statement. You know, if you're gonna, this is just something out of life. If you're gonna do something, say it, and if you're not gonna do it, then say you're not gonna do it. Don't leave the door open. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst thing you can do with people or anything. Like, don't tell someone they're about to get a job, and then you're like, nah, not really, but maybe, but no, but not really. It's just ill. Don't tell someone that, oh, I like you, but I don't know, but I do, but I don't. Don't have your door creaked open, like just a yes or no answer. And I was with Cena on that one. Cena says Taker's a coward, and Cena wants Taker to do something. Do something. The crowd's like, do something, damn it. Devon Erickson and everyone need to do something. And when they had a match with the Freebirds, that was crazy. Devon Erickson and the Freebirds was a great thing. And if you remember that in the Nassau Coliseum, that's not Texas. Whatever I'm saying, buddy. Listen, they would do something. Taker needs to do something. And crowd chants. Taker does nothing. Cena says Taker shouldn't call himself a god or a man, but he did get something. He gets his messenger boy, the mayor. Glenn. It's Glenn. It's Glenn Jacobs. Glenn Jacobs, a.k.a. Kane, comes out, and Cena says, you know, oh, the big red machine's here. Yes, it's Kane. Is it a yes or a no? Tell your brother it's a yes or a no. Can Kane chokeslam Cena? So I guess that was a yes. Maybe it was a yes. As for this entire thing, I really hope that we're not getting the dead man. I do not want the Phenom versus Cena. And this is starting to feel like a respect thing. And if you remember Cena's like first match after the Kurt Angle thing when he went backstage, who was the first person to say, hey, you earned my respect, kid? It's American Badass Undertaker. And I think we should get that version of the Undertaker. Like, instead of the Phenom, like, you're insulting this man as a man, not like even as a character, just like as a man. And I think it would be way more impactful if it was Cena versus the American Badass Undertaker. Because the Phenom is technically gone. He died when he lost to Roman Reigns. But American Badass is still here. So I think we should have that. Hopefully next week we get either a tease or something. Because I don't want Cena versus Kane at WrestleMania. That's not a marquee match. I mean, nothing against Kane, but Kane don't need to do this. Kane don't need to do this. There was a Ronda Rousey video package, you know, that happened after the Miz Balor thing. But let's talk about Rousey for a second. Rousey was at the show. She did like a little dark match thing. She was with Dana Brooke, I believe. Yeah. She went there. She was like, hey, Austin, Dallas, Texas, I'm sorry. Hey, Dallas, everything's cool. You know, I'm happy to be here. Dana Brooke comes out, like, my stats prove that you ain't going to make it here. Ronda does this sloppy judo throw, or I don't know if Dana just sold it really well, but it looked weird, and that happened. That's on YouTube. You can watch that there. Miz Taraj versus Balor Club. This is the first time this ever happens. So before the match, they cut to a guy in the crowd who is on the Cowboys, but they never said his name. I don't know what player that was on the Cowboys. If you did know who it was, please leave it in the comments because I don't know. It just said Dallas Cowboys. And it made me think, Jerry Jones has made one man the Dallas Cowboys. It's time for that owner to go. If he's got this one guy, it's Dallas Cowboys. He's going to play against everyone else on the field. That's going to be terrifying. Like, it's just this one guy. He's so powerful. He's the whole team. But yeah, just Dallas Cowboys. The Miz complains about not getting any respect. You know, by the way, every time he says no respect, you have Bo Dallas and Kurt Axel being Rodney Dangerfield going, no respect. And yeah, and not being on a WrestleMania, what is it? Magazine, yes. My handwriting's bad. Miz says he's going to send Tyler Black and Prince Nevitt back to the bingo halls in two sweeting indie fans. Now, it was a flub on Miz's part, or maybe Miz just didn't know if it was Devitt or Nevitt, or he had Neville on the brain, but whatever. That was kind of cool. I like the fact that they referenced their old personas for this. I love Miz on promos, man. He needs to do one every week. Just one every week. I'll be a happy boy. Seth does guest commentary. Seth says he's one championship away from being a Grand Slam champ. Honestly, I was waiting for this to end because Ultimate Deletion was this night, and I'm like, I don't worry about this. We get 2 whole commercials, and we get to the climax. Miz accidentally collides with Axel, and Balor wins with a roll-up. Miz Taraj assaults Balor. Tyler Black makes the save. Okay, Ultimate Deletion time. Now, let's talk about Ultimate Deletion. Wait, my boy. Stop, Matt. Matt, stop. Listen, let's talk about this little triple threat thing first. I think what I want out of this, I want Miz to stand tall at Mania. The likelihood of that happening is quite slim. Probably a 2% chance of Miz winning. I want him to win. But I think Balor's taking that Intercontinental Championship. Not as a downgrade or anything. It's just he needs something to do, and he'd be a perfect Intercontinental Champion before he gets the Universal belt back again. I really need to get a thing for this camera because I keep holding it back and forth, and it just looks bad. But yeah, this match I'm excited for, but at the same time, I'm not, because Miz being dethroned sucks. And I don't want that. Also, if I'm correct, Chris Jericho says he won't ever let The Miz pass him. So if The Miz ties Jericho, does that mean Jericho's going to come back, win an IC title, leave, and go do some other stuff? I don't know. I mean, it seems like it, because I remember Jericho specifically saying that he's never going to pass me. And Miz, like, I'm gonna get there. Miz needs to be Universal Champion, not Intercontinental Champion. That's just my thoughts. But Ultimate Deletion, I'm so excited for this. This was a hit for some people and a miss for some people. I'm not really going to tell you everything that goes on here. I did write everything down, though. Maybe I should. I have my complaints, so let's get those out. I didn't like all the camera cuts. The TNA version of Final Deletion and Total Nonstop Deletion, there wasn't this many camera cuts when anyone was doing anything, like a punch or a kick. All that was irritating. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna explain it. I'm just gonna explain this. Listen, instead of telling you what happens, I urge you to watch it. I know it's on YouTube somewhere. I know you can find the whole thing on the internet, and that's a wonderful place. This was a hit for me. If you didn't know, Matt Hardy wins. Bray Wyatt's been deleted. So there, I'm telling you that part. But if you didn't follow Final Deletion and Broken Matt Hardy and TNA, and you're watching Woken Matt now, you're not going to really appreciate it as much. Because Final Deletion is something special. Ultimate Deletion is okay. It's good. I like it. I really love it. I said it's a 10 out of 10 for WWE standards. They did what they could do within the realms of WWE. TNA is a little more loose. If they did this in TNA, I think you'd have more in-jokes. It would be more fireworks. A couple more dangerous things. You had just one pyro thing in there. Stuff with Maxwell and Lord Wolfgang would have been done. Also, I mean, more Senior Benjamin. We would have had more things. Itchweed, Willow, all those characters would have appeared, but we didn't get that. We got Senor Benjamin, and we got Brother Nero and Rebecca, Queen Rebecca playing the piano and everything. But, you know, I think if you were a fan of it in TNA and you loved it in TNA, you're going to love Ultimate Deletion. It's just as simple as that. You're going to love it. And it's a great reset for Bray's character to see what happens. Is he going to still be the Eater of Worlds, or is he going to transform into something else, since he didn't come out as Husky Harris when he entered the Lake of Reincarnation? I honestly think if you didn't like Ultimate Deletion, you either just did not like Final Deletion or Total Nonstop Deletion or anything Broken Matt was doing. You just don't like the character. And that's fine, because you're entitled to have that opinion. But I think if you really enjoyed Final Deletion, you're going to love Ultimate Deletion for how campy it is and how cheesy it is. It's a 10 out of 10 for me in the realms of WWE. If WWE would give them a little more creative freedom, I think we would have had more jokes like, oh, there was some... You remember when, was it... I think it's Total Nonstop Deletion, when it's him and Hurricane, and they bury Everett and, oh my God, I'm forgetting the other fella's name. It was Andrew Everett and this other guy, and they buried him and said, oh, that's two young upstarts buried by the shovel, ding, or something like that. It was a bad joke. I can't remember the joke exactly, but they had that joke, and that was a shot at Triple H. Like, you can't do that in WWE, because it's not the competition. So... for what they did, 10 out of 10. I know it sounded like I just rambled there, but yeah, 10 out of 10 for me. That was Raw. SmackDown Live. I'm going to read all this on my notes. I'm just going to read it all. So, the show opens with the day the Yes Movement died, which was February 8th, 2016. It's retirement day. But March 20th, 18 is the Resurrection Day, because Daniel Bryan is clear to wrestle. We're going to talk more about that and the Smart Court later on today. It's standing note for the return of Daniel Bryan. Daniel thanks the fans first, and we'll address Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn later, since they're not here tonight. Weird. D-Bride is going to talk about something else. Me, himself. So, the past 2 years, Daniel talked about being grateful. He gets choked up talking about Brie. Brie said, it's wonderful how you're grateful, but you need to fight for your dreams. Thank you, Brie Bella. Like, seriously, thank you, Brie Bella. Like, I want someone to definitely encourage me to do more and do better and not just settle. Like, because Daniel was settling and he was depressed at times. But it's wonderful. He's grateful. You have to fight for your dreams. If you fight for your dreams will fight for you. I teared up, no lie. It's real. He's cleared. Thanks to the WWE's doctors, us, and Brie. And now on to the fun stuff. Daniel says he doesn't know when or where he's going to get back in the ring. Of course, Dallas or wherever part of Texas we're in. It's like, WrestleMania! Clap, 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 clap. WrestleMania! Clap, 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 clap. Daniel Bryan's like, if that's a good idea, he says, I don't know, but Daniel Bryan will compete in the ring again. Yes. Charles Robinson congratulates Daniel Bryan backstage, and Dolph Ziggler's like, glad you're back. I can't wait to punch you in the face. And Daniel's like, you can try. And that's it. Shinsuke versus Rusev rematch. AJ's out scouting. He's not on commentary. He's scouting. It's different. Rusev versus Nakamura needs to be a post-Mania match. Like, seriously, that match was really good. Nakamura won with a roll-up, but of course Nakamura gets attacked by Rusev Day. AJ takes the time. Nakamura takes out Rusev Day with no help. I really want Rusev to get this massive push that's rumored for him. If he's not getting it, just tell me he's not getting it. Don't yank my chain. It's the same with Ty Dillinger. If Ty's getting a big push and Rusev's getting a big push, make it so. Of course, WWE just can't come out and be like, yeah, that's happening, because that's going to take us all out of it. But if they're going to actually do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, don't do it. Just don't. I want Rusev and Ty to have their things. They deserve the recognition they deserve. They're really good. But if you're not going to do it, then don't do it. Seriously, just don't do it. If that's not the plan, pick a different plan. It was an Asuka Charlotte thing. Charlotte was watching the promo from the back, and Natty interrupts, and Natty's like, I'm the queen. You should bow down. The queen's going to bow down to the Empress. should be Natty versus Charlotte at Mania. Charlotte says you won't be facing her at Mania, but you can face me tonight. We're going to have a match later on. Nakamura and AJ are backstage. Nakamura tells AJ he didn't need his help, and AJ cuts him off and says, "Oh, I know, you're going to beat me at WrestleMania. Yeah, I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania." And he goes, "Yeah, I know." Nak says, "You should have more confidence." And yes, I'm going to beat AJ with a knee through a face. I can't wait. Oh boy, now we come to a little low point in the show. Corbin versus Ty Dillinger. If these rumors about Ty getting a push is true, I don't really believe them, because y'all putting him in matches like this, and this was bad, guys. This was not a good Corbin match. This was bad, just bad. I don't know the last great thing Ty has done, and this was just not a good Corbin match. It was a filler. Corbin, like, all right. So final moments of the match, basically. Ty goes for like a crossbody, but Corbin catches him. I guess Corbin was going to flip it into End of Days, and that was the original finish. Instead, he botches it. Like, he couldn't get him into the position for End of Days. So he throws dude out of the ring, and they just repeat the spot, and Corbin wins the match. And I'm like, ugh, that wasn't good. Just not a good match. One of my friends at work said that just turned him off from being a Baron Corbin fan for a while. And I'm like, not for a while, just he's done with the dude. A Charlotte Flair versus Natty was amazing. It was amazing. That's all I'm going to say. Basically, it was the end of the match is a superplex. Here comes Carmella with another failed attempt. She leads to a roll-up win by Natty. Natty beats Charlotte. And, yeah, Natty versus Charlotte would be nice. Asuka versus Charlotte is going to be awesome. That's all I have to say there. Jim Uso versus Luke Harper. The Usos cut a promo. Dallas showed a lot of love. They recapped what happened to them. You know, when the Bludgeon Brothers came and assaulted them. The Usos don't back down because they're the best. The Bludgeon Brothers are welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. So the match. Basically, Harper dominates for most of the match. Harper goes shoulder first into the LED board. That's when the things kind of turn around. Jim Uso gets some offense in, but it ain't enough because Harper regains control and hits that spinning lariat, wins the match. Look, things not looking good for the Usos. Things not looking good for the New Day. I think your new tag champs for SmackDown Live is going to be the Bludgeon Brothers. It seems like it. Jinder Mahal's been added to the U.S. match. I went. This is what I did for that entire promo. I was like this. Hulu, you could have cut this out. This didn't need to be here, Hulu. You could have chopped this, but they didn't. Jinder gloats. Bobby interrupts, and Bobby's about to say glorious. Orton interrupts. He tells Jinder to shut the hell up. He sucks. Jinder abandons Sunil Singh, and he gets 2 DDTs, a vintage one by Orton and a glorious one from Rude. And Orton and Rude tried to hit their finishers on each other. That's it. Unsuccessful. Naomi and Becky versus the Riot Squad. All 5 women are in the Battle Royal. Women's Battle Royal. Naomi and Becky win. The Disarmer tapping out Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan ate a rear view. D-Bry time. I'm reading this verbatim because some of you didn't watch it. I call this the confrontation. This is it. Daniel Bryan awaits Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It's GM duty time. DBX, KO, and Zayn to come out. They do. Of course, KO plays up Daniel Bryan being clear. The reason they weren't here earlier, they got pulled over by some Walker, Texas Ranger. It's Dallas after all. I could believe it. You probably go 2 miles over and you're getting pulled over in Texas. KO says everything is dumber in Texas. Zayn says Daniel Bryan was always fair and the #1 supporter. And any roster with KO, Zayn, and Daniel Bryan is a dream show and a dream team. Now, Daniel Bryan appreciates all that, but they're out here for the assault last week. They recap all that. D-Bry asked, do they think it was funny? KO's were like, well, I mean, kind of deserved it. But he kind of did. He kind of did deserve it. I was with them. Dio wants them to understand what they did. And DB does praise how awesome they are. Plus, Shane was right about Daniel Bryan living through Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, DB uses logic. And you know logic in the WWE, especially in a promo, is not a good thing. So, since you got everything you wanted, he left, you got a WrestleMania match, and you still beat up your boss. Why? This leads to Daniel Bryan doing the one thing he doesn't want to do. He has to fire his buddies, who he's known for 15 plus years. And he says, you guys are fired. They shake hands. Sammy shakes Daniel Bryan's hand, and KO also shakes Daniel's hand. And KO hits Daniel Bryan. And the assault begins. Daniel Bryan fires back, though. He fires back. We see those old drop kicks again. Some yes kicks. A German suplex to Sami Zayn. I popped. But unfortunately, numbers games are serious in WWE, and poor Daniel couldn't handle it. And I noticed during that entire segment, they were being really, very, very gentle with Daniel. Like, they weren't, like, really kicking him. Like, the super kick KO threw to Daniel, he took it with his shoulder. The Helluva kick, Daniel kind of turned a little bit, so it hit his face instead of hitting the neck. The only thing that they weren't gentle with was that pop-up power, well, not the pop-up powerbomb, a powerbomb to the apron to end the show. Daniel got carried out on the stretcher, because 205 Live started immediately after. Hell boy, 205 Live. I'm going to speed through this. Lince Dorado versus Hideo Itami. Crowd was dead. Texas, I would expect them to be louder for this, but I guess you watch 2 hours of wrestling and now you're getting this show that you don't really care about, because from the beginning, it's been a crap show for the cruiserweights, and it's kind of hard to respect it. I think Hideo deserves better than this. He should be on the main roster, not this show. Yeah, the match ends because Grand Metalik shoves Hideo into the LED board. And this is because Hideo, like, shoved Grand Metalik, like, get out of my way. And it was just it was a bad match. I booed this. There was a Gulak vignette. Another Cedric Knight live promo. Says he can't believe he's going to WrestleMania, blah, 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 you know. TJP versus Kenneth Johnson. It was nice to see him back. He did well in the Cruiserweight Classic. Nice showing. TJP wins. Clearly a squash match. Ali vignette. Gulak versus Ali. Yes. Yes. Best match on the entire card. There was some spots I'd like to highlight here. There was electric chair cradle thing. Gulak was on this match. Like, just completely on. It was awesome. Ali is facing Cedric at WrestleMania. I urge you all to watch it. This was one hell of a showing. And moving forward, we got next. I think we're back in Full Sail. Finally. So to kick off the show, the man who shall not be named. I will not name him until, you know, he gets what's coming to him. He walks out to boos, and if this was, you know, WCW, they would be throwing trash at him right now. He grabs a mic, and we get the same routine as the previous weeks. I try to speak. Boo! I try to speak. We want Johnny. I try to speak. Johnny wrestling. I try to do anything. Boo! Eventually, he just has enough and goes, he's gone! He's gone! The man who shall not be named just says that. Bask in it. Bask in it. All the boos. And he goes out to the crowd. He starts ripping up signs. He rips this one girl's sign up, and then he rips this grandma's signs. He rips her sign, and I think she should have beat him up. I think her name's Andrea, and Andrea, you should have punched him. He's being rude. And he rips up another sign, and he gets to this masked man. I'm like, oh, it's just a fan, because I wasn't expecting anything. It's a fan. He rips up his sign. The guy takes off the mask. Guess who it is, baby? It's Johnny wrestling. Johnny gets in there, gets a couple punches on the man who shall not be named, and he gets escorted out of the building. It was a great start to the show. That was executed perfectly. The Dusty Tag recap. Charlie Caruso's fine. Tyler Bate has a knee injury. He's out. So Roderick Strong is in and he needs a partner. So who is it? It's Pete Dunne. And they're taking on Lorcan and Birch tonight. Huge pop for Pete Dunne. This entire match was awesome. I mean, my descriptions are just that. It's awesome. It's awesome. It was a great effort by Lorcan and Birch, but Strong and Dunne won. After an end of heartache on Birch for the win. Great match. I think there's going to be great things for Lorcan and Birch. Hope they don't get released, as WWE is notorious for that. They will do well on the indies, but I don't want them to get released. If they're going to be a tag team, and they're going to need a tag team division for 205 Live, send them there. I'd send both of those guys there. And they can work on their character. Ooh, Ooh, that's a good idea, man. That's a good idea. Lorcan and Birch as the 205 Live Tag Champions. Could you imagine how cocky and pompous they could be? They should just be like, oh yeah, we did it. 1 and 2. Thing 1, thing 2. Oh, no, don't think 1 and thing 2 him, because Vince would be like, that's a great idea for character work, damn it. Ah! Like, no. Lorcan and Birch could go to 205 Live if nothing else in NXT is going to work out for them. Aaliyah versus Ember Moon. I thought it was Aaliyah versus Shayna Baszler, but I guess not. Ember wins because squashes be squashes. Shayna Baszler was out there. She joined the podcast booth. She said she runs the women's division. They had a stare down at the end of it. Rick O'Shea is coming soon. I have a very petty reason for not liking Ricochet. I love Ricochet as a wrestler, trust me, but I have a super petty reason, and I bring it up all the time. My brother thinks it's serious, but it's not. Like, it's a very petty reason. It's just, there was a match in PWG. It was him versus Jeff Cobb, and I love Jeff Cobb. I'm a huge Jeff Cobb mark, and Ricochet beat Jeff Cobb right when Jeff was about to do my favorite move, the Tour of the Islands, and ever since that day, it's like, I don't like you, Ricochet, dog. Like, how you robbed me of my favorite move. Nah, son, I don't like you no more. But I'm very happy that Ricochet is coming soon. He's probably going to be on next week. If he's not on next week, he's showing up at TakeOver. I guess that'll be his first match. Or Raul Mendoza was going to have a match, but almost just knocked him off the stage. And almost is here to address Black. He said he didn't respect Vega or him, and he's calling him out. And then almost said, Black, you are a piece of shit. And he challenged him next week. I don't know if that's a match or just another confrontation. Lars is coming back next week. Regal's going to make the next announcement. And it's going to change NXT forever. Hello, what are you doing? I'm recording.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, that's going to change NXT forever. And Adam Cole versus Cassius Ohno. It's clearly the match of the night. There was a boot from KO to Cole. That was awesome. Doing like the things. But I'm glad Adam Cole won the match and didn't have to cheat to win. Like, you need a heel that's good. You need a heel that can win on his own. You don't need a little squirmy heel. You need a heel that can do things. And it was a hard-fought victory for Cole. Tough loss for Kevin Owens. People are here now making noise. So now I have to wrap this up. So, best show of the week. Oh, this is rough. For me, I'm going to say just because the Ultimate Deletions was there. Oh, I'm torn. Best match of the week it's a tie between Gulak and Ali and Cole and Cassius Ohno. Best show overall, SmackDown Live won this week. There you go. SmackDown Live won. That was just an amazing show. I think they're finally getting back to what they were doing when they first did the brand split. It's actually writing a good show. With the Daniel Bryan news, hopefully we get more of that. But what was your favorite show? What was your favorite match out of this week? Let me know in the comment section. And yeah, that's it. See you guys next time for episode 11 of the WWE Roundup. That'll be next week. I will see you then. Later on today, we'll do Smart Court. We're going to talk about, the stuff that goes on in WWE because, baby, that's what we do. We talk about stuff. I'm MCZX. Thank you very much. And see you next time. Do your best. Goodbye. This is my finger. Goodbye. Goodbye.